following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 New Orleans Saints.
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson. The kicker is Cade York. He's got this one set to get started. Off we go here in New Orleans. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
Back to the air once more on second down. A throw on the move is caught. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That pass play good for 22. That's a Steeler first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. What a run, he brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 33 yards.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
On the move left, taking off. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Here's a run. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
It's back at the 8 now for second and goal. Here's a first carry for their running back. Oh, making defenders look silly out there. On his way into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on 3rd down, that number just goes up.
So, on 4th down, Matthew Hayball out to punt, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Forced out wide.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
From the 46. Here's 2nd down and 4. He'll look to throw. Rolling right. There he goes again. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. Looks like the Saints have come up with the football. They did.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Saints offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that 1st down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Up the middle they go. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
At the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Steelers will take over possession here at the 44.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Second and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And it'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers. but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Steelers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense make their way out to take over once more. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first 2 drives. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 35 yards.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands. And here, he rips off a big one.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level, they could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
He's beyond midfield to the 45. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Steelers with the early lead. More from New Orleans after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. And they've got second and long, 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Crazy. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
On for the field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
His kick is good. And the Steelers stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
So let's give the kicker some credit. Not only was it a really good save by the holder, but his ability to make that kick when the timing wasn't right is a lot easier said than done. So you got to get to the sideline. Long snapper's got to do his side of the bargain here, and they've got to be better the next time out.
Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. This drive will start on the ground. Inside the 25. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
On now, Cade York for the point after. The kick is good. And the Saints are back in this one. It's 17-7. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and running back James Cook making their way out, and he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right sideline and complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Here comes Allen. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. First and 10 now from the 36. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag there on the play, but I think that's going to be holding on the offense. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing now on third and long.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Saints offense. And their running back set to go once more. They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Saints first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Now this time they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That is Deshaun Elliott on the safety blitz, bursting in to record the sack.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. And that is incomplete.
I I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Here's Matthew Hayball now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense and running back James Cook making their way out. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Quickly to the outside and complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He's going to look for the home run ball. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
At the 26, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd and 4. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's their punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Steelers offense and running back James Cook making their way out. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Now, a deep shot for Allen, and that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. James Cook, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Saints offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 2. Here we go. That is caught by Washington. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
And that 1st down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Back to the air one more time. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So, halftime straight ahead. And we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. Woo! He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5. Handoff here, up the middle, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. 1st catch, 1st touch. Here as we start the 2nd half.
Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they are on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. That is caught by the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown Saints. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
York, good on the extra point. The Saints are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and running back James Cook making their way out. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Allen. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd and 11. Back to throw. He takes off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
The Steelers, 1st down. A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And that's just an awesome play, especially in the midst of that kind of pressure. The second his head turned around, there was a guy right in his face, but he gets the ball out quick, right as he's being hit, and his guy does the rest with the ball in his hands.
He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Ugo Amadi is there on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll step up and run this. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 15.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now, faking the give. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Blankenship. The kick is good. And the Steelers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They'll stick with him again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. And Thursday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, New Orleans.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, New Orleans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Throwing right, it's taken in, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's a Steeler first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Steeler first down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He can't get away, and he loses the football. The Saints have got it. Past the 40, to the 20. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Saints. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
York, good on the extra point. And the Saints have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 47 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever, you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. This one complete right side. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. Nico Collins. Touchdown Steelers. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. His kick is good. And the Steelers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he will score! Jordan Addison, touchdown New Orleans.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
York. Good on the extra point. The Saints have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. A return now from the 4. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll look to throw. This one is caught, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 14 on the pickup. That's a Steeler 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
To the air now on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. That's a
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Here comes 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
trailing late. They've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll run, and he's going to have the Steelers 1st down. They wind up getting the yards they needed on 4th and 3.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack, all you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So you earn the trust to keep the ball on the ground in these gotta-have-it moments, and they come through. All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. Clock is stopped. 55 seconds remaining here in the game.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
That's to the end zones, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game, but fortunately a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. Back to throw. That is caught, and this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Intended for number 11, incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Kincaid. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Saints first down. Now, timeout called. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here, where this might be one final heave to the end zone. So, a pressure kick here for Cade York. This to force overtime. And this one is off the mark. It is no good. And the missed kick is going to cost them the game.
Well, that's just part of the game, unfortunately. You work hard to get yourself in position that you can tie it late with a field goal. But he just can't connect, and that's just a tough way to lose a game. There's no doubt about it.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. A bit of a surprise, this one on paper. You figure this would have been a difficult assignment, trying to win away from home against a team of this caliber. No problems, though. They find a way to get it done. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, from New Orleans, we say goodnight.